News on DC News Now at 9. A violent night for police in the district. Officers opened fire at two scenes in Northwest within blocks of each other. Hi, everyone. I'm Susan Tran.
Hi, I'm Chris Flanagan. Officers shooting a suspect at one scene and earlier fired at two suspects during a traffic stop. You can see here the scene, just a wild scene here, just about 2 blocks from each other. Officers shooting and killing that suspect again at one scene after firing 2 shots during a traffic stop.
Let's go right over to DC News Now's Max Marcilla joining us live there. And Max, this all happened within a couple of blocks of each other in Petworth.
Yeah, Chris and Susan, it has been a hectic and violent day here in this part of Northwest Washington. We were reporting on that first of now 2 officer-involved shootings, as police called it, incidents where police fired at or hitting someone. And then we saw this. Take a look. This is what it looked like when dozens of police officers sprinted their cars speeding down Georgia Avenue. Again, the 2 scenes were only about a block or 2 away. That's where an MPD officer, what you're seeing now, this is where that officer shot and killed a person. Now, Chief Pamela Smith just told us within the last half hour that person was driving down the wrong side of the street and appeared to intentionally hit an MPD cruiser. That person then got out of their car, went up to the window of the police car with a knife and demanded the officer's gun. So the officer then shot the person, got out of the passenger side of his own car, and went over to check on that person who he had just shot. That person then got up, went into another police car, eventually got out of that police car, and allegedly tried to carjack a woman, where he was then shot and killed.
Any loss of life in our community is tragic, and I want to extend my condolences to the family of the individual who lost his life on today.
Now, that was a completely unrelated incident from the one you're seeing here. This was the scene this afternoon when an MPD officer on traffic enforcement saw 2 people shooting guns. That officer opened fire. Eventually, no one in that incident was hit. The 2 accused suspects got away.
We don't know what those 2 individuals were shooting at or who they were shooting at, but the officers did see 2 people with weapons firing their guns. We do have evidence. We do have firearms evidence on that scene, and in response, our officer fired in their direction.
Now, at the same time as that first officer-involved shooting, as police call it, the one you just saw, there was a shooting where 2 people were shooting at each other on 14th and Oak Street Northwest. One person was shot. That person was then also arrested for their role in that shooting. Now, we know that all 3 officers who shot their weapons in those 2 incidents are now on administrative leave. That is standard MPD policy. We also know that the U.S. Attorney is investigating the second and third of 3 incidents in just a couple of blocks. Reporting live in Northwest, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
A lot happening there. 2 busy scenes and a deadly night there in the Petworth neighborhood. Max, thank you. We'll continue to follow this story, of course, as it develops here on air. For the latest updates anytime, head to our website, dcnewsnow.com.
We're going to turn our attention now to the forecast. It has been windy, it has been cold, and now we're looking at the storm.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb is here, and it is barreling this way from the Midwest.
Yeah, we have this storm system really came together last night. And so in center of the country, really not accustomed to big, large storms like this, where winter weather advisories, storm warnings, they continue to be in place. It's beautiful out there, DC, and most of the DMV, looking pretty good. Still very windy across the region as this approaching storm system starts to make its way in. Wind gusts are our first situation, really 15 to 25 miles per hour, and that's bringing our wind chill down across the region. Here's advisories that are currently in place out towards St. Mary's, parts of southern Maryland is our primary concern with this upcoming system, because the low has tracked farther to the south and really kind of misses DC metro area. So that's positive news if you're not a snow fan. Temperatures, though, not acting right. You have a feels like temperature into the single digits in most locations. 21 out towards Culpeper. Hey, good evening, Baltimore into Anne Arundel County. 14 to about 17 degrees. Here's the storm system as a whole. It's really coming together, almost triple-sided at this point. Severe weather from the deep south. You have freezing rain and then the bulk of snow out towards St. Louis. That's headed our way. Really before that, though, you have this big chill that starts to make its way in. Tonight, make sure you're bundled up into tomorrow morning, and then there's that storm system. Where is it exactly going? We'll look at that coming up.
All right, Janessa. So the snow is closing some schools in Virginia, but it's not a full snow day in Spotsylvania County. School leaders say that the campuses will be closed tomorrow, but students, you will unfortunately still have a remote learning day. You can check our website, that is, dcnewsnow.com, for all of the latest school closings and delays.
And in D.C., warming shelters are open all across the district, making sure people have a safe and warm place to go at night. Shelters are open from 7 until 7 unless a cold weather emergency is declared. Then they're open 24/7. You can find a list of women's, men's, and LGBTQ plus shelters on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Just search warming shelters in the search bar on the top right corner. Well, tonight officials in Montgomery County say gas is expected to be restored tonight for an apartment complex that's been without it now for weeks. People living at the Colesville Tower Apartments tell DC News Now there's been a history of issues with hot water and no heat recently. But for the last 3 weeks, some have also had no working gas. They say gas was shut off on January 29th due to a gas leak, leaving them unable to cook on stoves or dry their clothes.
I am horrified by the living conditions.
And I haven't done laundry. I'm washing in the tub and like hanging things.
Well, repairs began on the 13th after the building passed the gas line inspection. Gas is being reconnected floor by floor, but it's taken a long time to restore that service.
There are a lot of frustrated families in Maryland, parents at a town hall in Prince George's County telling school leaders they're not doing enough to keep students safe. They point to a recent incident when a teen brought 2 loaded handguns to school. DC News Now's Tim Reed has more as school leaders try to reassure these families.
Many concerned parents and school officials attended tonight's town hall meeting. I spoke to a parent and local officials who say they want to make sure all school students are safe at all times.
The safety for my children. As we know, we in a different time. We have kids bringing guns, knives, and everything into school, and we can't be everywhere.
Phyllis Wright has 2 children who attend Prince George's County schools, one in high school and the other in middle school.
And I've also been up to the Board of Education stressing how much we need school safety and security in our schools. It's very important that we have this meeting, that I hope and pray that parents come out.
And always willingness to have open dialogue with the community.
A council member hosted the safety meeting and has been getting phone calls from parents who are concerned about school violence. Last week, a Potomac High School student in Oxon Hill was arrested for trying to bring 2 loaded guns onto campus. Metal detectors sounded and officers took that teenager into custody. But that's not the only problems schools are facing.
This was brought to my attention when a parent reached out to me after her daughter was jumped at school, her nose broken. And then I've gotten so many calls from different parents that are scared.
I want all of our kids to be safe here in Prince George's County School. You know, our teachers are trying to do the best that they can. Parents know, we know who our children are.
The superintendent of county schools, along with several school board members and the county sheriff, all served as panelists. In Suitland, Maryland, Tim Reed, DC News Now.
We're following some breaking news. Hip-hop star A$AP Rocky found not guilty of firing a gun at a former friend in 2021.
Yeah, Los Angeles jury deliberating for 3 hours, then cleared the rapper.
Not guilty.
You can see it here, the courtroom erupting in cheers. A$AP Rocky, whose real name is Rakeem Mayers, jumping over the bench and hugging his partner, superstar singer Rihanna. She's also the mother of his 2 toddlers. Rocky was accused of firing 2 shots at Terrell Efron in Hollywood. He could have gotten up to 24 years in prison with guilty verdicts, but again, he was found not guilty tonight. All new tonight, we're learning more about the deadly mid-air collision near DCA that killed 67 people last month.
A Chicago-based attorney is now suing the government on behalf of one of those families. The attorney is representing the wife and children of Casey Crafton. He was aboard the American Airlines plane that collided with the military helicopter. The attorney is suing the FAA and the Army for a total of $500 million, saying it was government negligence that caused Crafton's death.
And while the full report is not finished yet, federal investigators say they are looking into miscommunications that happened between air traffic control and the Black Hawk crew. We're also hearing firsthand from first responders who rushed to the scene of that crash. Our Randy Bass will share that story ahead in our next half hour. We have new details tonight. A murder investigation in Maryland. Police in Prince George's County say an 18-year-old has turned himself in. A 26-year-old man was shot and killed inside an SUV Sunday night in Hyattsville. They say Raymond Terry III turned himself into police shortly after that shooting. Police believe the two men did know each other, but they're still looking for a motive. Terry faces a first-degree murder charge and is being held tonight without bond.
New tonight in the district, a woman had to be flown to the hospital with critical injuries from a crash on Suitland Parkway this afternoon. The crash happened near Naylor Road Southeast, right near the Maryland border. DC Fire says first responders found the car in a ditch. It was flipped on its side. Police are looking into what caused the driver to lose control. There are now thousands of federal workers who are suddenly thrown into the job market, faced with this really daunting task.
Yeah, really, so much so. But a Northern Virginia photographer hoping a new headshot may help them freshen up their online profiles. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live here in studio tonight.
And Daniel, why did this Loudoun County photographer really want to jump in and help here?
Susan and Chris, she says many of the people laid off are her neighbors and friends, and giving back is something she's able to do and she wants to do.
When we're looking at a good headshot, we've got a good strong jawline. We've got great eye contact. The eyes are showing interest.
Christy Bell is a headshot photographer and a former recruiter who recognizes what many of her neighbors are going through right now.
All of a sudden the government says, hey, no more jobs, which just has such fall off into the community. We are out in Loudoun County. We are a bedroom community. Our people work for the government. Our people support the government. And it's no longer supporting them.
That's why she's offering free headshots for laid-off federal workers. Thousands of people across our region who are losing not just a paycheck, but benefits and stability.
The fact that I'm doing these photographs for them that would normally cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars, $350, $500, I'm doing that for free for them because they need a break. They need somebody to be on their side, and that's what I do.
She says her clients are elated, armed with another tool to help them get a new job.
You only get one chance to make a first and lasting impression. So by having a tremendous headshot, you're showing competence, and approachability to that person across the table, that person that's looking at you on LinkedIn. You're making that initial connection that says, hey, trust me, talk to me, I'm worth it.
Bell still has sessions available. You can find information on our website, dcnewsnow.com. In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.